Hi, I'm Jon Palmer, and this is a simple Flash program called Travelers that I made. Its purpose is to demonstrate two-dimensional flocking behaviors. We have a leader right here, and 10 arrow followers. The leader aims to stay within the gray path and move towards the end destination. The followers try to keep up with the leader and will speed up if they're lagging behind. We can also create components of the path for the leader to follow. If we don't interact, the leader will seek his own destination. There are several core behaviors at work. The first of which is seek. The leader seeks the end of the path and seeks to stay on the path, and the followers seek to follow the leader. Flee is the second behavior. This is the leader and the followers attempt to avoid black obstacles and try to avoid the blue clouds. We'll get to that later. Another behavior is separation. The followers try to keep a small amount of distance between themselves and other arrows. Another behavior is alignment. The followers all try to face the same general direction, mimicking a herd mentality. Cohesion is where the followers try to stay together while following the leader. There are also several more advanced behaviors at work. Arrival, how the leader arrow slows down as he begins to reach his destination, so not to overshoot it. There's obstacle avoidance, how the leader and the followers attempt to avoid the black obstacles. There is also path following, which is how the leader stays within the path as much as he can while heading towards the end destination. And probably the most obvious behavior is leader following, and that's how the followers follow the leader. Now we have a couple little additional things here. We have a couple other tools at our disposal. We have W, which will spawn several waypoints. We can use A and D to get rid of some of the waypoints, and we can use spacebar to clear all of the waypoints. It will automatically create waypoints if there aren't any in existence. So by hitting W, I create a number of waypoints. We notice that the later waypoints have a lighter color or less alpha, less opacity to the trail that they're on, showing that this is a later part of the road that the leader will travel down. We can use A and D to get rid of the later components, or A to get rid of the later components, D to get rid of the closer components. Notice if the leader isn't on the road, he seeks the closest point to the road. Even if it's at the end of the road, he seeks to get onto the road as soon as possible. We can use spacebar to clear all the waypoints, and he'll simply seek a random point on the screen. Next up, we have this wind slider down here. The wind slider causes the clouds on the left to advance. The clouds have a random speed and are placed at a random position. Let's watch what happens when we fly into one of them. As you can see, the arrows don't like going through the clouds. They try to actively avoid going through the clouds, but sometimes they're caught between a rock and a hard place. Next up, if we freeze the clouds and turn the wind off, we can start to turn on the debug slider. This shows us how our velocity of each arrow currently is. We notice that when the leader is in the main body, he's simply moving towards the end. We notice that the followers start speeding up as they start lulling behind. Turning the debug slider up more, we can see more things. If you notice the points on the trail, you can notice the start, the previous point and the end point. We also, as we turn it up more, can see the green point, which is considered as the nearest point on the trail, and the leader will attempt to stay there. We also have a more accurate velocity representation, or velocity vector, for the leader and the followers. As we turn it up slightly higher, we now begin to see the existence of the wander. Towards the end of the trail, it creates an area where the leader wants to go. And the leader is going to aim somewhere within there, so he's getting generally towards the end. But not exactly in a robotic seeking that pink point at the end. And as we turn it up more, we're going to notice that random generation that governs his movement towards slightly varied to give him this very human feel. Well, I'll just probably show a little bit more of the motion, just creating some waypoints, and I'll let you go. Thank you for watching my small 2D program. Have a good day.